For everyone who don't know me, my name is Roman Roxer and I'm a DSS product manager. I work on R&D department, so I'm partially responsible how the DSS looks like. Together with me, it's also David Siegel, who is on the chat and who will respond to your questions live. Of course, if I see some questions on the second monitor, I will also answer them, especially at the end. So please feel free to ask anything what you want, what you not want to know. Okay, so let's start today with our presentation. So what we are going to talk about for the news of 8.7, we start with more boring stuff at the beginning. I hope not boring, but very useful. And at the end, I will show you something very sexy, our new deep explore searches, especially WizSeek, and text by the alarm, which you can define whatever you want. So we started the user management. I'll show you some improvements in monitoring center, especially our tour. As I said, deep explore, a few new things about the access management and something about the integration and our new API debugging tool. So there are lots of news waiting for you. As you are used to, we are going to present everything on live. So I will switch between the DSS and also the PPT. So first of all, the user management, how we change everything. So first of all, you can do the new organization of your devices. Why is this made? We've been on many situations when you have one NVR, let's say you have a 64 channel NVR, and this is used by 3-4 companies at the same time. So we want to give few channels to one company or one user, another channel to another user, and so on and so on. Before, in 8.6, one device can belong to one user. You cannot just select, okay, from this device just this channel, or doing some setup. So now you can do this, or for access control, or for alarm input output. So you can do really everything. So organization of the devices is the first one. So if you are talking about the devices, they can be found over here in the setup side. And over here we got a resource maintenance. As you remember before, each device can belong only to one group. So you got some device, right? For example, in the trenching devices, and you see the trenching devices. You see some devices over here or some devices over here. It depends what is where. And you could move the devices between your organization. Now everything moves in a resource maintenance. In resource maintenance, you can see also the input outputs, as I said, and you can move them around. So you can find any kind of the devices. For example, we go to trenching devices, and over here we got many devices. So I'll put this like 100 on the page. You can also search by IP address, for example. So not 19, 18, 192.168.1.18. So we search everything on our IVSS devices. So we got all the alarm inputs, video channels, and so on. And now I decide that this fisheye from our office doesn't belong to trenching devices, but camera 5 only. So I'll just pick this device, right? And I can move it to camera 5 only. And now in camera 5 only, you will see a fisheye R&D device, not other devices or channels. And this is just one of the channels which is connected to our IVSS. As you can see over here, everything is from one IP address. So this is the new organization. I hope this will be helpful, especially on the bigger application. Okay, and what about the users? So users can have different permissions. We got the system super admin. That's the first username and the password, how you actually connect into DSS, right? Then we got free super admin accounts and admin accounts. As before, we were complaining that the admin doesn't have all the possibilities to do, for example, the storage, to manage permissions or to see the licenses. Now it's up to you what kind of permissions you are going to give your admin or the common users. Moreover, there are much more features than before. So again, it's better to show live everything over here. So if you are going over here, first you need to create the role, correct? So you go to role management and you create the role. For example, webinar public. So this will be our new group. You can choose the validity terms and then some remarks for the group, and you can copy as before the permissions from the other group. The new thing over here is, let's say this is monitoring station and I don't want my user to connect via mobile phones. Okay, disable the mobile clients. So this is completely up to you. Or this group is only for mobile clients. So you can switch over here. Then in resources, first of all, you give the rights to some organization. So for example, for Trenčín, it's our city, for Trenčín devices. But this is only for the structure. So if you want to give some other permissions, like also for the camera, you need to go over here and video channels. Okay, for this group, I want to give the permission for all the video channels, or just for the selected video channels or NVRs. For access control, only few access control devices, so only for door 1. So you can really like now define the roles, what they can have access. And this is with the access, lift, decoding channels from video metrics, lights, sirens, gates, post channel, and so on and so on. All the devices are over here. So this is really nice. Then resource operations, what they can do. Can they do video channels live? Yes, only live. All period of the time or just specific time. So this is another thing which we added. Let's say you have an operator and you want to give them the rights to see the live image only during the working hours, not 24/7. So over here you can specify that. Also, if they can use PTZ, if they can listen to sound, and so on and so on, much more options than before. So we are much more GDPR complying now with all those features. You can really like block anything right now. And then of course allowing, like before, business functions. And over here in business functions, what they should have the privileges for. Some basic configuration, yes, only for devices. Something from the system configurations. Can they see the license? That's what I was talking before. Before, the license was available only for super admin, which you can have only 3 accounts. But you might be in the situation that this system is for multiple administrators, so you need to have these options for the other people. Or maybe the other people should see the license or be able just to add and activate the new license. For example, the company who is doing some maintenance for me. So you can do all this over here, and of course over here for some basic configuration or application configuration or system configuration. So this is really up to me. Or they should have just access to monitoring station, so only monitoring station, event center, and Deep Explore from that one NVR. So it's really up to you. Then local settings, you can specify the local settings for that role. So this is again something which you were asking for. I want to have the general local settings. Before, you know, when you log in, you have to change some of the settings. For example, I always recommend, okay, for the video, what should be done, the default window split, and so on. It should be available for that. So now you can really like do some settings also over here for that specific group. So it's again something very useful, especially for bigger installations. And also for small, if you have many operators. You set up once and everything is there for you. So first you need to set up the group. Then we have the user management. And in user management, we will add a new user. You specify the username, for example, web. Now we change, or we are asking for higher security for the passwords for common users. So what you need to do over here is to put also special character. So if you were used to use admin 123 over here, the passwords, this is not enough. For example, you need to put a hashtag over here. So as you can see, the last letter I entered was the hashtag. So it needs to be upper lowercase number and the special sign. So we change this. Then you can specify the email address over here for the user and the phone number. We also add the phone number just in case you need to call the user if something happened. Then CC Agile user, this actually replaced the MPT user which we have before. This user is must for the user who are using MPT body-worn cameras. So if you are using body-worn cameras, you should have this in order to install CC Agile APK application to your MPT device and use full potential of DSS on mobile cameras. And you can also put some remarks. Then this is same like change the password the first login. And again, validity period. So we add this over here. So this is only for the weekdays. This user should not connect to DSS over the weekend. Or you can do your special own time template based on your needs. For example, only during the working hours. So again, we are listening your comments, we are listening your suggestions, and we add this over here. Because of the GDPR, the password should be changed, right, every 90 days or so. So this is everything as before, and you just add, for example, okay, this will be administrator or the transient role. You can add this over here and just click OK, and you are done with the users. So there are also a couple of changes for the roles and also a couple of changes for the users. Okay, so this is just the PPT, what I was just talking about, and about your user's permission. So we already went through this. I always rather show something live than on the PPT. I think when you are logging on our webinar, you are used to this. So I think this is much better when it's live. Okay, another thing what we are doing over here, or what we want to stress, is with the multi-site. So far, the possibility to connect from one site to another site was only for admin user. But many times you didn't want that. You didn't want that your customer should see all the cameras, have access to all the access control, receive all the alarms. You want to just specify the specific role. So now also the multi-site is possible to do only with the specific role. So if you are over here in your DSS, over here you got multi-site connection. So now you can see also over here, I'm not connected as a super admin or admin. I'm connected with my username and the password over here to another site. Be careful, multi-site requires extra license. So just to let you know. And what you can do with the multi-site license, well, now you can go to Monitoring Center, Event Center, Deep Explore. You got some features from Access Management available over here. So really we are adding more and more stuff for the multi-sites. So you can be connected to one site and receive the alarm from 99 other sites. Because the maximum number of the servers connected altogether is 100. So keep that in mind. But I think it's a pretty good number, since on one server you can have up to 20,000 cameras, right? So I hope we will meet the needs of everyone over here. So this is about the multi-site thing. Okay, and now in Monitoring Center, so some of the more sexy thing over here, what we prepared is in Security Center. First of all, we are supporting, or we did better support for speakers, either on with speaker or our speakers. So again, I'll switch to DSS. And if we are in Monitoring Center, what you can have over here, you can put the speakers over here. And as you can see, you can play with the sounds. The speakers are not connected. And this is also available for on-with speakers. So we got also the on-with speaker over here, TOA speaker. So this is exactly the same thing for the TOA speaker. So if you got a TOA speaker connected, so speaker via on-with, you can also play with the sound settings over here. You can have a multiple speakers. You can also add, instead of seeing such empty, you can bind the video channel to the speakers. This is not a problem. You can start the broadcast from here. If you wish, you can also broadcast to multiple speakers at the same time. So we got the new icon over here in the management menu on the right bottom menu. It's IP speaker, and the IP speaker, you select one or multiple sites, and you see the speakers from that side. Either they are online or offline. You can see the speakers over here which are connected to DSS, so to a speaker and also the other speaker. So we have two speakers over here, and you can start broadcasting to all of the speakers at the same time, or playing some audio and more. With our speaker, you can also upload the sound to the speakers. If you wish to switch to different side, you go to transient side and you will find the speakers from the other side over here. So also this one is built for multi-site already. So in all our new modules, we are trying to build everything for the multi-site. So it's worth to have the multi-site license in your DSS. Okay. So the next thing what we have over here is the tour. While talking about the tours, this is something what you were asking for. So let's say you have a multiple monitors, and on one monitor you would like to have not the speakers, not the live view of some of the cameras, but the tour. So you can switch over here, resources, view, favorites, and now we add the button tour. And I can create the new tour over here. So the tour will be YouTube, webinar, start time, okay, in 10 seconds, by interval or by the plan, so I can set up where the plan should be starting. Okay, and now adding the sources over here. So what you can add over here as a source, for example, some of the cameras or some of the speakers. So I will add some of the cameras over here, blah, 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 blah. Where is my 118 NVR? Sorry, over here. So I got, for example, office entrance camera. Not only cameras, you can add over here, just easily drag and drop, and you can choose for how long they should be over here. But you can also choose the view. So you just go to your map, for example, or the view, you can drop the map. So for example, transient office map. Then over here, and the map I want to have only for, I don't know, 7 seconds, so I don't have everything for 6. Then I go for the view, and over here I will pass some of the view. So for example, operation, and I don't know, this one. But okay, over there is no cameras, so training, doesn't matter. Or we can create some of the view later. So you can add the view over here and click OK. So now the tour have been created. So now you can play any kind of your tour. So for example, here is the one tour which I created yesterday, and here is the second tour which I created today. And you can just wait over here until the image will be switched to another camera. Or you can do this manually. 1, 2. Okay, now I got the view from all of my cameras, so it's really up to you. Let's say you want to have this on the second monitor, this is no problem. You just drag this over here in your view. As you can see my window, you can just drag this on another screen. So you can have something like a spot monitor over there. So let's say I have this over here at the moment, and you can put it on the full screen. So now this is on the full screen on your secondary screen, and it's of course automatically changing. So you can have kind of video wall for you directly from the DSS client. I think you will like this feature. Operators will love it for sure. Okay, and I close this view. Okay, so that's how you can create the tours in DSS Pro. Of course, there is no extra license, nothing like that for it. Okay, so we got a couple of new features as a new page layout with the hierarchy, dragging resources with the views, temporary renaming panels. I forgot to mention this. So you can rename the panel, for example, monitoring center to monitoring Roman, and so on. So we got few enhancements over here which are available for you. We also work a lot on bandwidth optimizing. So there are lots of things in the bandwidth optimization. So you can choose to stop images, or changing the images, changing the video footage on the background immediately or after 5 seconds. This depends really on you. We optimize the PTZ panel of watermark overlay. This is nice. I will show you this. So watermark overlay, you know, anyone can, for example, take the phone, right, and record from the phone the recordings, and we cannot do anything about that. So what you can do actually now in DSS, in system parameters, you can set up the watermarks. So watermark management, sorry, I overlooked. Watermark management, you put, for example, Dahua webinar over here. You can choose the custom name, so, or without the custom name. This is up to you. For example, just the Dahua logo or whatever, you can put it. So YouTube. Over here, you can choose the color of the watermark. I will leave the cyan at the moment. Transparency, you can set it up or more. This is all up to you, and this is how it will looks like. You can put on full screen, so also the menu will be covered with watermark. As you can see right now, this is not really nice, I guess, or only for the video. So now if we going back to monitoring center 1, and I will put some of my camera over here, so you can see the watermark is through my camera. So if someone will use the mobile phone at the moment and record this video footage and publish on YouTube or somewhere, you know exactly what user, what date they did that, and you got your watermark over here. So I think because of the security, this is handy feature as well. So now for the webinar, I will turn this off, so it will not bother us. So a lot of small additional things what we add to DSS. We also add the third-party fisheye, devwrapping, USB joystick. You can use now the regular USB joysticks. So also from your flight simulator, you can use the joystick with some basic functions. At the moment, just spinning the PTZ, zoom in, zoom out. Those are the basic functions. So you can add them over there, and using the third-party fisheye. So first of all, when you want to do with the joystick, you go to local settings on your client, and in local settings in shortcut keys, before you got only PC keyboard or joystick USB keyboard. Joystick USB keyboard is our Dahua joystick USB keyboard. If you want to use third party, it's USB HID joystick. So just let you know. And then regarding the fish camera devwrapping, so you go over here and okay, where is my third party fisheye? So just to prove, this is the third party fisheye. As you can see, manufacturer, it's other, it's not our. So this is the fisheye from other manufacturer. You can set up the installation mode, for example, ceiling mount or ground mount, and then you set up the fisheye overlay. So now I can work with the third party fisheye camera in my DSS. So we are supporting also third party fisheye cameras now. So as I said, we are listening what you are telling us and adding this over here. Another thing which we have, it's device owner, which you can now add to DSS. Again, this is coming from your requests. So if you are in the device and you add some device into your DSS, what you can do is to put the information about the user. So for example, I'm going over here to my IVSS, and as you can see, this is device address Trenchin, and I put also the name of the owner. So I can put over here Roman, Roxer, and so on. Or you can just select from the DSS user. So I can select, okay, this is David Siegel, is the owner of this device. And I can add here email address and phone number. Okay, and where you can see actually those information. Let's say you are observing some cameras. I will ask my colleague to trigger the alarm downstairs for us for crossing tripwire. So I'm observing my cameras. Hold on, I'll just find this Trenching devices, 118. So my colleague just went through the tripwire. Great, he creates alarm. So we got this alarm triggered by my colleague David. So now he will not answer your questions, but he will come back and join me. So what you can see over here, you got this in the management. So we got a couple of events over here. I put also Men in Black. This is something which I will show you later, and a tripwire crossing. So you got this device information. Let's say you confirm this as an alarm, as an event, right? So I have this device info over here. If I click, I will see the information about the device. Oh, I forgot to save it. I see the information about the device. So Trenčín, Slovakia, Roman is the owner over here. So you see my information. You can copy the email address and send me the email or call me from your phone. So this is very good for big operation center because each device can have a different owner. So in case something happened, you can call the person and proceed with the alarm. Just in case you don't know, in case you click over here on the hand, you acknowledge the alarm, so you start working and it will disappear from all the other operators over here in the DSS environment. So this alarms now belongs to me as a user. So if you are logged in over here with a different username and a password, those alarms will not be anymore visible for you. And of course, they are logging everything. So those are a couple of new features over here. And we can continue going with the DSS. Oh, we got some new information in Deep Explore. This is very handy for people who would like to have extra information, especially with the vehicles. If you search for motor vehicles in your site, you will have more options over here, right? We got some, for example, the license plate over here for the car and so on the image. But let's say you would like to have more information. So what car it is, it's a sedan, white, but the new information, if you have radar as well, you will have the speed of the vehicle. And if you have the regular ITC camera, this is not really pointed in any direction, you will have also information about the line number. So in case you have 3-4 lines, you will see in which line he was going. And of course, you got snapshot, recording and position on the map of this camera. So all those resources are available for you. But the new one is vehicle speed and the lane number. So nice handy thing. Of course, in Deep Explore we got much bigger improvements for you in a second. So those are the basic ones. Also we add the new security events and types. Of course, it needs to be supported for the cameras, for example, lift or shoplifting. If you are working in the retail, we add some features or some events for the retail. If you are working on the river and as a security or on some gates, ports, we got the boat tripwire and boat intrusion, water level, and so on. For the education module, we have the classroom behavior and the bag detection and so on, or blackboard writing. For regular perimeter detection for high infrastructure, but be careful, this needs to be supported by those specific thermal cameras. We got the drone tripwire detection and the drone intrusion detection. So we really add a lot of new events which we will test for you over the time and adding the videos on our YouTube channel for you. In access management, we add a couple of new things over here, such as anti-passback. So with the global anti-passback, we got more features for you available in DSS 8.6. So again, I will close some of the windows. So access management and access configuration. So we got in access management, you can check the anti-passback. As you know, we got the local anti-passback. This means within one device. So for example, one ASI or one insider device. Or we got the global anti-passback. With the global anti-passback, we got high security and low security. What does it mean? In high security scenario, your card will be blocked. So you cannot move anywhere within 5 minutes on basic setup. The minimum is 1 minute over here. With the low security, you cannot even break the rule, but you can continue on the path. So for example, okay, I entered the room and I cannot exit the room right now because I was trying to pass the cards. If I put high security mode, I cannot even get out. I need to stay over there. In low security, I will trigger the alarm, but I can go out. So we got those two things. And another one is a zone anti-passback. So I need to stay in the zone or route anti-passback. In route anti-passback, this means I need to follow the specific road. So for example, I click this route anti-passback. Okay, first I need to enter through this door, then I need to go through this door, this door, and then I can use those two doors. So I can create up to 4 groups which needs to be followed in and out. With the zone anti-passback, there is only one. So okay, this is zone in, zone out. If I'm in, I need to go out. Otherwise, I cannot get in again. So this is a little bit different. So you can see this over here. This is the new features which we are adding in access control. Also, there is a new thing over here for permission verification. So if some of your users doesn't have the access, so for example, some device is offline, as in my case, this ASI device is unplugged, it's not online, so you can see it's failed to send the data. So you can select all, verify now for all of my devices, click OK, and it starts verifying. So online, offline, and you can come back in a second and you will see how we check the integrity of all the user. So it will take a while, everything depends how many users you have. So this is the new thing, the verification window for you, where you can just click, do something else, come back later, and you will see how the verification is going. So as I said, a couple of new things in also over here in this zone. Another thing which we add over here, it's adding the device with the palm, or sorry, adding the user with the palm scan. So if you are in DSS and you are adding the person to your person list, you will have the new option over here. So far you can add only card, fingerprint, and the password for the person. For the first time, you can also add the palm vein scan to your person. Of course, for this you need also have a device. So what is the device? Device is over here. By the end of this month, we are going to introduce for European market new ASI device. It's 8000 series. Here is the model number, which can do the vein scanning. So you can have the really touchless, because this works from 7 to 15 centimeters away. So it's very fast, a very accurate thing which you can use for your access control. In some of the European countries, there is no possibility to face recognition. Fingers are sometimes problem, especially in manufacturing, but the vein was never the problem, and it's the highest security you can have right now with the ordinary devices. So I recommend afterwards to test it. Of course, we will prepare some videos also for the vein selection. So we also make some of those new features over here in access control. As I said, you can also now filter your visitors by the temperature, auto extractions for the data. So if the device is online again, we will extract the data automatically, permission maintenance, verifications, and so on and so on. So there are much more features in access control module that you were used to have. Okay, another thing is with the mobile devices. For the mobile devices, I mean mobile NVR and the body-worn cameras. So what the new options we add? You can now import the watch lists to your body-worn cameras or NVRs, and over here you can trigger the alarms. So example, you got some faces which are on the watch list, which should enter, for example, the football match or whatever. The officer can have MPT on his shoulder, and in case this face will be spotted, it will trigger the alarm and send to central monitoring station. And way back, they can communicate with him over the radio. Okay, the suspicious person is next to you. Same thing with the mobile NVR. So you can import either the faces or stolen cars, stolen license plates, and you can trigger the alarms and have them in DSS. So this is the new feature which we spotted over here. Of course, two-way audio is available. Now we have also new things about the group talk, and also SOS alarms are available. How we are with the questions, David, so far?
Everything answered.
Everything answered, great. So everything is answered so far. This is great, and we can continue. Okay, about the parking lot, we got few new features. One of them, now you can add also access control device to your parking lot. Again, some people don't want to use the parking lot with the license plate, just with the regular card. So now instead of going and having the parking lot only with the ANPR cameras, you can have also, next step, I added this here yesterday, you can add also your access control device over here, and if the user have a card and is eligible to enter the parking lot, he will enter. Of course, this ASI got also possibility to be used as a video intercom, so they can call you directly from this device. So 2-in-1. So this is pretty handy. Another feature which we make over here is also two-factor verification. So you can have license plate plus owner, so we need to verify by the card or by the face or by the vehicle color. So license plate needs to be matched with the vehicle color. So in case someone will steal your car on the parking lot, and this is common practice that they will change the license plate. So you will search for your license plate when your car left, but actually they are using different license plate, for example, from different car on the parking lot. If they use the different license plate, the car cannot exit unless it's the same color of the car. So you can choose this additional verification, two-factor verification over here. One thing which you ask also for more kind of reports, and also for some modification of the parking lot features. So you can modify what information actually you see over here. Just easily click on this screw and you can select which data are important for you, and also you can query the parking data and also query by the time. This was many times the request from you. I want to see which car park longer than 2 hours on my parking lot. Okay, so you select the period, the time template, for example, from 5 o'clock in the morning till 10 p.m. And I want to see the cars who stand over here between 120 minutes and 2000 minutes. And you got the information who stayed longer on the parking lot. So as I said, few more features. Okay, and now the Deep Explorer with the new WizSeek. I think this is the hottest thing in DSS 8.7. So I will show you how all this thing works. First of all, what you need for this new search is IVSS or IVD device. So those devices needs to be added to DSS. In my case, I'm using IVSS 7108 2i, so with the two graphical cards, two modules. And as you were used to over here, right, in DSS, what I can search for the person based on the human body. So what I can choose: gender, upper body, lower body color, head, back. But let's say you were looking for something completely different. For example, man with a gun. So you go to content search. This is much easier. If I just look for the person, search, I will have the results for all the people who were in front of my cameras for today. But I can look for the person with the gun and hit for the search. So for example, we have some problem and I will search for the person with the gun. Oh, sorry, I put the reset. Okay, sorry. Person with the gun. This is reset, this is search. My fault. And over here, I got the result, person with the gun. So before you were not able to search for some small specific things, correct? You can go also to recordings and you can search for the recordings if you are recording this camera. So you can also watch the recordings from that event and you see with the gun, okay, this was 10-second pre-recording. So now I will be added over here and you can see how the person is walking with the gun. So this is one thing. But let's say I'm looking for the person with the gun, black shirt. Because for example in white shirt is my security guard. So looking for the person with the gun and the black shirt. And again over here you can see the person with the gun. How cool is that? I'm so happy about this new feature. You don't have to click, we didn't create the long endless menu over here, but you can search for whatever you want. Person with chair, search. So you see, because of the webinars, I'm doing a lot of exercise over here in our facility, and I was walking over here with the chair just to prove you what everything is working. Or person drinking. And search again. So at least I have a lot of exercise. As you can see, this is mineral water. This is not alcohol, so just the water, no beer. Anyway, it's a sunny day. I would appreciate one. Okay, you can have also recording and you can see the position on the map of this camera, so you see where the person was spotted. In the cameras we added in 8.6 also the field of view where this person was walking. So you got all those results over here, how the person was drinking and walking around. Okay, but what if you are not looking for the person but for the car? For example, police car. Right, in the car you have a possibility to search for the logo for the car. Now I'm searching for police car. And okay, I have my first police car over here. This is the truck. I have the second car over here. I will put on the full screen, sorry. And you can see this is Volkswagen, for example, police car, Volkswagen. So I will search police car, Toyota. Toyota. Search. Oops. And we got the police car Toyota over here. Over here another Toyota, another Toyota, another Toyota. So you can also filter this down. Or you are looking for bus and search for bus. And we got the green bus, blue bus, white bus, green bus, blue bus, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's search only for green. Green bus. Green, 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 green. Oh, everything is green. So you can choose, I don't know if there was some red bus. I didn't test that today. If we got also some red bus over here, yes. So also the red bus over here. So as you can see, this is really nice search. Okay, so this is what you can search for. You can also specify, be more specific, short sleeve, black shirt, I don't know, taxi, car. You can also search for the taxi. This is also pretty cool because the taxi got just the small sign on the top, right? As you can see, this is some advertisement over here on the taxi, and just here is the taxi sign for the car. So you can really like search for anything, or bold, right? Everyone knows bold, so this is bold and the taxi sign is only on the top, and we got all the results. So the new features which were not available before are not available. Now, as you can search for anything, you can also create event for anything. So I go to event, and now I will enable one of the event. So red car. I hope some red car will go soon over here in front of our building. So we can also, whatever we can search for, we can create the alarms. We call these text-based alarms. Those text-based alarms needs to be set up on our IVSS device. So I will show you, meantime, some red car will go over here. Maybe I should put the blue color, but no worries, we will get for sure some alarm in a second. You can set up this on our IVSS. So you go over here, admin, password for your IVSS device. Okay, now correct. So how this works, also this text search, we got already the red car alarm, so I go back. Okay, so we got the red color alarm. You go to management of the alarms, we got this red car. I have a 10 seconds pre-recording, so I will see the red card in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the red car. So could you create the alarm for the red car before? No. So how you can do this, I will show you now. I'll just turn off this event so it will not bother us. Now will be a lot of red cars. You know, when you are waiting for the red car, nothing is coming. Then you are not waiting and they are coming one by one. Okay, so how you can set up everything over here. First of all, you need to have the IVSS device. In the algorithm, one card needs to be set up for analyzing the images. So you can use any ordinary camera and we will make the metadata camera out of it. And the second card needs to stay for multimodal large model. So all those results from those cameras over here, we will be analyzing all those small results and giving them additional signature. So for example, like I was spotted as a person and I got this square around me. So we send this for deeper analysis to our WizSeek, and we are analyzing what is this person wearing: hat, short sleeve, long sleeve, carrying chair, carrying gun, carrying bottle of water, everything. So we are analyzing deeply this over here. So one card needs to be set up for this over here. Then you go to zero sample algorithm alarms and text define alarm. And I can add anything. For example, add algorithm police car, police, ID 1245, for example, some alarm ID 1245, inclusion prompt, police car, leave the confidence on 65 in case there are false alarm or you have no results, you can play with the confidence level, and exclusion prompt. For example, not ambulance, no ambulance car, or no ambulance, whatever. You can put something also over here. Or you are looking for the man with the gun, but your security guards have a black shirt, so no black shirt. So only the person with the white shirt and the gun will trigger the alarm, or other color than black. So you can add some exclusion and then hit save and apply. So we got this new police. Now you go to your camera, for example, front pharmacy, and you see this is where I set up the red car alarm, and you add this rule over here. So I will add the police car rule over here. I need to set up the event linkage, and I will put send command. Send command to DSS. Command will be HTTP semicolon / 192.168.1.3 semicolon. The port is 18.80.01. This is the default port if you didn't change it. And now you did also set the text. So for example, police, and hit the save. Now in your DSS, for the first time you need to set up in system parameters over here HTTP allow list for your IVSS and also generic event allow list. No worries if you don't remember everything. I created the video for I will create the video for this and I will place it on our YouTube channel, or you can come over here anytime and you can review it. So you add your IVSS device IP over here for generic events, and then you are setting up the generic event over here. So we go to events. First, generic event at police car protocol HTTP, because we are sending on HTTP, and the text is police, correct? And hit OK. So we create first generic event. Then you go to event configuration at, and you choose from generic event police car, scheme name, police car, linked action, link video, and you can choose the camera from here. For example, mine was 18 and it was front pharmacy camera, so I need to select that corresponding camera. When the alarm appear, pop up, event recording, yes. Over here, be careful. Put this recording time on 20 seconds and pre-recording 10 seconds. Why? We are analyzing the images right after they disappear. So if you put a 0 time for the pre-recording, you will never see the results on your recording. So just a little remark over here. So 10 seconds pre-recording time, alarm protocol, you can put something over here, and which users should be notified, and click OK. So for example, when I spot the police car, I want to open them the gate. So any police car can come, or any ambulance can come to my hospital, because sometimes you don't know all the license plate from the ambulance car, right? So what you will do, if the ambulance is spotted, open the gate automatically so they don't have to wait. Or you have the big truck coming to the city where it shouldn't be, so we will create the event big truck, no problem. Now the possibilities are endless, so you can create the event on anything you want without any special programming, special integrations, and so on and so on. So those are the new things in Deep Explorer. I hope you like them, and I think we are almost at the end of today's webinar, but last but not least, ecosystem update. What we add over here is online API debugging tool, which will require license, and the new debug tool will be available for you. So even if you don't have like great programming skills, you would like to do some integrations over here, you got API debugging tool. You click here, and actually what it does, it opens on your web browser the debugging tool. So you put your username and the password over here, and you start with the authentication. Submit request. The user has logged in, so you see the response and the request over here. So you can start sending with the tokens. This is auto send, I already marked, and now you can choose the category. For example, I want to do live view and acquire stream via URL, and I want to send this. So this is what we are sending, and this is the response which you will get it. So whatever you want, device, for example, AP get device details, okay, HTTP, okay, I didn't select anything over here. I just want to show you like a little example of the debugging tool, which can be used by your integrators, by your engineers. So this is available since 8.7. So I think for the Eco Partner team, this is the best news ever. Debug tool built in VMS. I don't think so others vendors of VMS got this. Okay, so this was pretty much it from me for today's webinar. David, do we have any unresponded questions? Everything was responded? You have a couple of questions about the IBSS and IBD, so just answer once again. For the Deep Explorer and the text-based alarm and a text-based search, so content search, you will need IBSS 7108, the minimum, with one eye if you got the metadata camera or acoustic camera. So the card will be used for only analyzing. If you have two-eye camera, two-eye IBSS, so with the two modules, you can use one card for metadata and another card can be used for analyzing the results. You cannot use IBSS 7.0, so the old, it's like 4 years old model, or 1M. It needs to be 7108 1i or newer or better. For IBD, we support only IBD 5000 and better. So no IBD 3000. About the IBSS, no. For IBSS, you can use the regular browser, but you can have also this one once you will log in to IBSS via regular browser. So this is another question over here. So this is my Chrome, and I will try to log in with the regular Chrome. You can see it says download PC client on the bottom of my page. So you can download this PCIe client, but you don't have to. You can also continue and work in your Chrome. Okay guys, if you have any other questions, let us know afterwards. Send us email or to our local colleagues in our local teams. We have also the internal webinar, so they already know about the news which we had. If there will be something what they don't know, they will ask us for sure, but we have highly skillful colleagues which will for sure answer all your questions. So thank you very much for watching our webinar today. I really appreciate that you stay with us over here, and don't forget we are saving all those webinars so you can get back to them anytime, and we will publish lots of new videos about the DSS 7 because there are lots of DSS 8.7 because there are lots of news. Once again, thank you for watching.